Yeah, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the realistic progression one. I did spend some time building different sounding rockets, so I shall show you what we've got, and then fast forward to actually using one of them for you. I'm hoping this will have a much better success rate than the last pile of crap we tried to launch. It is literally this. It's just exactly as the name says on the tin, really. It's a sounding rocket. Underneath the top cover, we've got all the instruments and a parachute for recovery of the science. But yeah, there's not a lot to it, to be honest. I've used a few of the thrust plates, etc., to try and balance the engines and stuff like that. Yeah, there's not really much to say about it other than it's just hopefully a simple rocket that won't fall to pieces. I currently have, I think, one or two building. There we go, show high build list. Three. I got three building at the moment, so we'll basically just be using them to try and gather as much science as possible. First one I'm going to pretty much get to go vertically straight up. And then I'm going to try and get some kind of heading held on the others. I'm not sure how aerodynamically stable it's going to be unless it's a vertical launch profile. Yeah, that's kind of my biggest worry is that I don't think that it will have the tensile strength to withstand the G-force if it's not a vertical profile. But we'll see, I suppose. Okay, so let's launch this. See how it works. Or doesn't work, whichever the case may be. So as I mentioned, there's no simming done on sounding rockets or anything from the VAB. The only stuff I've been simulating is aeroplanes and things from the space plane hangar, because the aerodynamics of planes in this game is a pain. So, say first one is going to be a vertical ascent profile. Hopefully it'll be a vertical ascent profile. It may well be a complete bloody disaster, to be honest with you. Missile complete. Okay, so surface up. That's about all we're going to be able to control is up. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. Well, let's just see if we have ignition first, quite frankly. We may just not have an engine ignite. Okay, we got ignition. Whoa! That was a bit of a wonky launch. Why it wobbled straight up? Maybe it was just because the weight distribution, it hadn't got enough air movement to keep it up. Okay, well, seems stable for now. Yeah, okay, here we go. Now we're starting to push through the thick atmosphere quickly. This is when it's going to destabilize or break. Still nothing. Oh, God. That's a lot of aerodynamic oscillation. Engine's okay for now. I did push the burn time on this engine though. It's 9 seconds over its maximum. Oh, sorry, 0.9 seconds over its maximum. It's a one minute. It's a 70-second burn time. We've got it for 70.9. Let's clear off the housing. Oh, a new science. Excellent. We'll transmit it if possible. Okay, this is a bit laggy. Wow, this is laggy when you're dealing with science like this. I'm guessing it might be because of the owl. I'll have to keep the mass spec. The outdated version of X Science might be causing some issues. Yeah, or either that or the transmission is causing some issues. So sorry about that. 4 out of 5 complete. Oh yeah, because we technically haven't actually got the mass spec yet. The rest was transmitted though, so the only thing I can't touch if I want to keep the science is the mass spec. I'm leaving the core of the rocket on at the moment, just so you can see here the fins are still being used to try and stabilize it by the looks of it. Not that it matters this high up in the atmosphere. The air's so thin they'll have almost no effect. Okay, so the real Earth, apparently the atmosphere thins to basically a negligible amount between 110 and 120 kilometers above the Earth. So actually we're very close to making it into space now. This engine itself can't do it because we're already pushing the burn time to the max. We risk an engine failure if we push the burn time much more than that. Okay, we've started to fall back down now. I'm going to separate. Because I don't really want to be anywhere near that. Going up, it helps stabilize us, but on the way down, I don't think there's much point. Vertical ascent path. Let's have a look. We've got some more contracts offered to us, so let's have a look what we've got. We've got a Kármán line. Past the Kármán line with 100 kilometers with an uncrewed. But we've just done that, so the very worst, I'll do one more vertical ascent profile. We've got 2 more rockets waiting, so yeah, we'll accept that. What else? 0 offered, 0 offered. Okay, sounding rocket contracts. What else have we got? Sounding rocket altitude. 120 is not possible at the moment. 20 units of payload. To 100 kilometers. I don't know what 20 units. I don't think we've unlocked. Oh, sounding payload. We don't have that yet. We don't have that yet. No, we don't have that yet. So the sounding payload is going to stop us. Oh, wait, no, we might with the service tank. We might have that with the service tanks, you know. I'll check that before accepting those. Design, build, and fly crewed aircraft and maintain and then return home safely. Have at least 1 crewman. Well, we can do that. We can use the plane we already purchased for that. But that only lasts 90 days, so we're going to have to accept that after we've built. Expires in 18 days. It's going to expire. It'll take more than 18 days to build the plane, unfortunately. I think it will take more than 18 days to build an instance of the plane we have designed. It's going to be the wrong side of the space center, I think. We're going to crash into the pylons. So I think what we're going to do is we'll do set up advanced. Reference is sun, forward direction, and then we'll go surface and up. And we go. Okay, so we can start going up, and after we clear the launch site, then we'll be able to. Oh, that was the sounding. Yeah, stage destroyed. That's okay. Right. Please don't have an engine failure now. This is going to be bad enough as it is trying to get this right. Ignite. Okay, we have ignition. Let's launch. Oh, really bad launch. Then we go to advance and execute. Please be stable enough. That's far too an acute angle. Oh, shit. Yep. Whoa, okay. We're getting to the risky part now, so I'm just going to try and go up. Oh, this was a mess. So unstable. I don't think we're going to survive the G-forces and aerodynamic forces on this rocket. This is not good. Oh, maybe we will. All that mucking around though has absolutely knackered our ascent profile. Yeah, we don't have the control yet to do. Yeah, we're nowhere near where we needed to be. I don't even think that counts as high above Kerbin. I'm going to see if we get any more science by going up a bit, but I'm pretty sure that's a bust, that entire flight path. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the entire flight path's a bust, unfortunately. Yep, okay. Well, I'll detonate cowling. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and save as much of this rocket as possible by seeing if this chute can handle the empty fuselage. I mean, I can't see its weight, unfortunately. So, ooh, uh, aerodynamics sucks. It's got all of the aerodynamic drag is at the back, so it's going to turn it into a missile until the parachutes are deployed, which unfortunately makes it fall faster, not slower, and causes quite a bit of heating on it. We are so fast for being so low. This is not good. I'm going to deploy maybe 8,000 meters, I think, to try and bleed off as much speed as possible. Still bleeding off quite a bit of speed. It's flattening out the trajectory actually quite nicely. Still bleeding a lot of speed. Actually, that did bleed quite a lot of speed. It's now traveling out to sea. It's actually flying out to sea. Oh crap, I forgot to pin it. Nope. Nope. Pin just in case. Oh, we're speeding up now. I need to deploy the chute now because we're speeding up again. We're speeding up quite... come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, deploy, deploy. Oh god, that's so much speed to bleed off. Yeah, it's going to destroy the engine at least, I think. The distance between... Yeah, it was too much. Basically, the distance was too far for it to fall. Although we made it out to water, so we know there is a biome over here. And I noticed at the end, I did actually miss the opportunity for more science there, unfortunately. Yeah, splashdown, destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. Basically destroyed itself in an ascending pattern. Space Center. That was unfortunate, but it does mean that we can get some science. I just need to figure out how to get it to point towards water a bit more. Let's get on the launch pad. I know, but if I start tapping the keys as well and sort of bouncing the nose out to the sea a bit, it's going to introduce some serious unstable aerodynamics. But I don't want to affect the ascent path much. I want to still try and get over 100. So what we want to do is target, nope, advanced. Surface north, relative velocity, target orientation, maneuver node, sun, surface horizontal. Nope, orbital. Nope, 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 nope. Target surface. Maybe we just get this to hold it on surface up, and I can poke the nose over towards the sea. Maybe. I don't know. Which way is the water? Water is towards the sun at the moment, so sun, forward, up. Okay, yeah, we'll try and use the sun again. Not that it worked so well last time, but we'll try and use the sun. I'll get it up 5,000 feet or something like that, maybe, and then I'll try and use the thick part of the atmosphere to basically still control the craft. Okay, we've got launch. So we do have an initial launch. The RD-100 is getting some serious data points, though. Maybe half. Well, maybe a sun. Yeah, the sun is definitely over there. So maybe half a burn time. What? Maybe no. Maybe 2/3 of the fuel vertical. Because that's gonna give us that. I don't know. I'm guessing this could end horribly. Okay, I think now it's probably going to be. No, maybe just after the worst part of this. Just when it starts to stabilize again, that's when we'll start banking. Steady. Now. If it can. Is it banking the wrong way? Interesting. So its version of putting the sun in front of it is to actually fly totally the wrong direction. Um, yeah, it's not gonna work. That was pretty awful, unfortunately. We've got some height, but it's nah. It's I do want this science though. Skip. Wow, why is it so laggy? As soon as you hit science. So what is causing this crappy lag with the science? And also cosmic ray over the Earth's forest and mass spec. Nope. Transmit that. Cosmic ray, yeah. The mass spec should be. Why are they not bound? I think that's the mass spec there, but it's lagged again because I'm transmitting science. Keep. Yeah, that's right. You have to keep the mass spec data. So I got some more for flying high over the Earth's forest. So actually, we could get some low over the Earth's forest as well. Well, it's not a complete bust then. We've got some more science. I'm going to disconnect though as well, because we know it doesn't end well if you stay connected. So, is it all? Yeah, procedural infantry. Um, hmm. Just wondering if there's a way. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this kind of feels a bit weird anyhow at the moment with how it's behaving. You know, the idea of pointing to the sun and then not actually going toward. I mean, that was what was weird. The sun is clearly there, and it started steering over that way. So I'm guessing maybe it's going for not the graphical sun that you see from the surface. That might actually just be for graphics. It may actually have very little to do with the sun's position in space, unfortunately. Um, so the sun would be off of the off of the coast. There's a space station. There's the tip of the. It matches where it is in space, graphically at least, anyway. Over there. Does it change when you zoom in? No, it's a fixed orbital body. How weird that it tried to fly away from the sun. Never mind. It wasn't a complete failure. We did get some more science. And the new experiments don't work in low science, in low flying. So that's why it was only high up that worked. So I'll wait for us to bleed off some of this speed like last time, and then I'll blow the parachute, and we'll call it a day. Got some more science though, so I think those sounding rockets, they've certainly been more successful than the first one I tried to launch. The one that couldn't even handle the aerodynamic drag and just blew up. This is not C level. Yeah, this is not the C though, so I've got to be careful when I detonate the parachute. Yeah, I'll do. It won't fully open until 1,000 anyway, so if I stop accelerating at like 3,000, it should be okay. This is a forest. That's the one problem with the turning Kerbin into Earth is basically there's only the one biome, which does make it a little frustrating because you've pretty much got the shores, which were over when we launched, the water, which we fluked getting towards once, and then I forgot to take the Zymes, and then the forest, and basically the entire region around Cape Canaveral is forest. So there's not much more we can do at the forest. Not now we got the high science as well. I mean, all unlocked. So yeah, all unlocked. That's the rocket crashing into the floor. And see, all these have zeroed. So basically, what realistic progression does is it actually stops you cheating by getting loads of science from around the space center. That's why they're all zeroed. So this is the where it starts getting interesting. So we've done photography at the shores. We've done telemetry at the shores. We've done telemetry at the forest. So yeah, you can see basically all of the cheap, easy, almost cheating science that is the space center. So usually each building around the space center is its own biome, really. And you could easily get. I think I did it on my last realism playthrough. I sent a quote unquote rover around the space complex, space center, and got huge amounts of science. It's just cheating, really. I mean, you can't glean that amount of science from 30 meters around the corner at the neighboring building. It just doesn't work like that. So they've updated from RP-0 to RP-1. It basically blocks the ability for you to get science in that way. Gotta be near the floor now. Let's fast forwarding now that things are deployed. Got no shadow, which is making it hard to visit. Hard to figure out. 6 complete, yeah. So landed at Earth Forest. There's nothing we can do. But we recovered another 1.3 and transmitted 5, so that's another 6 science, I think, which gives us the 10 we needed to unlock that solid rocket node. And we try, yeah, so we're up to 12. Okay. Which is enough for, which node was it? That was 10? This one has Juno tanks, tank 3, adapters, Atlas tanks. Yeah, that's the one we want. 28 days. So we should have, with the parts that we're unlocking with the current research. Oh, is that one finished now as well? Yes, it has. With the parts we're unlocking with the current research, we should have at least a rocket capable of suborbital travel, which will allow us to hop around the Earth and get even more science, etc. So, engines permitting, we should be able to progress quite a bit now in terms of suborbital hops. Don't know what that is. So, right. That one's been quite a long episode. Sorry about that. I usually try and keep them a bit shorter than this. But basically, it was just a piece of rocket. We were having a lot of success with the sounding rockets, so I figured we may as well launch them all before trying to do anything else, really. Not much point building them all and then not launching them. So, right, I shall I'll probably do some designing offline. Get another hopefully suborbital capable sounding rocket ready, so we can do some hops out the atmosphere and test how that handles. before we try and progress into anything manned, we're going to keep our Kerbals on the Earth at the moment, doing flight training and G-force tolerance testing. So last thing I want is to send a Kerbal up on a suborbital hop and have them black out or die from excessive G-force. So thanks for joining us. I shall see you all next time.